Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching episode 11 of Isekai Spider. uh, yeah, last episode was incredibly interesting. We got to see basically how everything fit together, sort of, and now I'm incredibly curious as to how uh, Kumo's, well, what Kumo is currently doing, basically, because we haven't seen anything of her in the present day, unless, that Demon Lord is actually Kumo. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a little more progression on that. I'm not really sure if it's going to like now that the thing has been revealed where it's basically in the past. I don't know if there's going to be any time skips or if it's just going to steadily go into the future, like at whatever pace it would be if it was just a regular story, and then just eventually get to that point while having both timelines kind of progress at the same time until eventually Kumo's story meets up with the beginning of the human side. Um, but yeah, with that said, let's get started. System implemented. This is some sort of history. That was confusing. All right, time to watch the opening. Yes, that is a 3D model. Oh, there's that demon lord looking character, and it does seem to be like she's. I feel like that implies that it might actually be her. You know what? It might. It's probably her. I feel it's heavily implying this now because every time it shows her, it's showing what Kumo does. Not only that, but like it also shows Kumo with her. So I'm fairly convinced that it's her now. And if that's the case, man, she really scored on the looks department. Yeah, it's showing her a lot, despite the fact that she's barely appeared in this season so far. Throwing water into a bucket. I never actually thought about, how people would train water magic, but I guess that's something you could do. I wonder if this girl will ever be able to transform into a humanoid, if it's possible like Kumo. Well, that's assuming that that demon lord is Kumo. And it's possible is what I meant. Well, a pact implies there's equal exchange there. It's kind of weird seeing tsundere type, you know, actions coming from a dragon like that. Well, that's oh, okay. They're both being bound by it. It's kind of interesting how those floppy ears are basically like twin tails. Oh, she turned into an egg. Ah, okay. And back to Kumo. And what knowledge is that? Yeah, we kind of saw that, but I couldn't parse it. Are you gonna tell us, the audience? She's in a bit of a rough shape there. Okay. Well, there's a time limit there. You haven't been eating any yummy food. Okay, so even they're powerless about whatever this thing is. The administrators. Oh, okay. That I guess eventually administrators too. Uh, you can't really punch with that. That was a lot gorier than you would think during a situation like that. Gotta love Aoyuki and her voice acting. Now, at this moment, is that what you're gonna do? Well, back down we go, I guess. Thought she was finally gonna leave, but now, well, it's dragging her back in. Oh, some sort of cobra. And those are a lot of stats there. You know, whenever I get around to reading the novel, um, it's probably going to be a lot easier to take everything in, considering I can actually read through all the skills and stuff of everything that she comes across. Oh, did it eat the snake? Oh, they're fighting. Well, she found that dragon pretty quickly. I wonder, is the snake actually gonna win here? Well, no, it doesn't seem like it. Oh man, I'm trying to ignore this terrible 3D. From the little splashes that we've been seeing, it seems that both of them are suffering injuries. You usually don't see blushes in this kind of context. So I wonder if if a monster defeats another monster and it leaves some of the carcass there, and Kumo eats some of it, would she still be able to eat it and acquire stuff? I don't remember who you are. Are we gonna get, a little bit of information about his death? Well, on the bright side, you were able to come back, which means you should have a big insight into what actually happened and giving him, well, ability to prepare. All right, we're gonna actually find out. Who dis? Seems pinkish to me. And she did something. That's pretty OP. Having any kind of attack that says, or that has one of the effects being anything it touches will be destroyed is kind of broken. Because at that point it's pretty much conceptual, and I admit conceptual abilities do bother me a bit. I'm glad that we're seeing some of this. This is some of the stuff that I wanted to see. Kind of wish it was shown earlier. Man, I actually really wish this story was told in a chronological way. I feel I would have enjoyed it a lot more. Like, even if things come together after a certain point and you figure things out and all that, I don't think that it's to its benefit that you have to do those things. Well, that's a good thing to do. Have those always been that size? I feel they're bigger. Gotta love to see characters try and get stronger. So, the attack that she used on the hero and the party is the same thing that Kumo has here. It's a lot of stuff. It's surprising how many, usually in other things, level 20 something is not that impressive, but here it does seem to be, because look at those skills. This character would be a lot less interesting if, in terms of watching her, if it wasn't Aoyuki voicing her, to be honest. Like, I don't think anyone would have fit it as well as she does. Use her Spider-Man abilities. Oh, okay. Oh, she's playing Flappy Bird. Well, that was more difficult than Flappy Bird. Oh, that kind of looked like a suplex, but like web edition. They didn't even lower her HP, it seems. Oh wow, yeah, that's quite the difference in abilities at this point. She made him explode. Okay, so she can actually fly, basically. And now she's using her web to actually slice things. That's impressive. I feel like at that point as well, with Araba, is that he'll also be able to detect when she's casting it and react accordingly. She's easily on her like way to becoming quite OP. Also, considering the interaction last time, she compared to humans, she's already pretty OP. Oh, a biggin. Oh, this music sounds almost exactly like the music that plays during a certain part in the Matrix when they're uh, trying to rescue Morpheus and they get in through the lobby. It's like don 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 don. Remind me of that. I mean, not anymore. Just that one part. You can really see just how much she's improved since like the beginning. This time we got to see her evolution, like as it was happening in real time. Already? Oh no, it ended. Oh, it's not over. I guess we're not getting. I guess that's a sort of skill that you inflict on something else, making it slower. She noted its speed earlier as being one of its advantages. So being able to decrease that speed might give her an advantage. 32. Oh, next episode is gonna be so freaking awesome. You know, this kind of reminds me of a certain point in well, it's still one of the early parts of like one of basically the part where the main character starts pushing forward finally. in becoming OP in Ari um, his encounter with a monster called like a bear, like a black bear or something like that, or like a demon bear, and he survived an encounter with it, and eventually, well, he survived, but it took his like arm, and then eventually he meets it again after basically improving himself and going through a lot of suffering and training and just improving himself a lot, and then when he finally beats it, and before he beats it, he like also tears off a part of him and then eats it in front of him as like a power play to show him I'm not your prey anymore. You are now my prey. Oh, that's such an awesome moment. And I mean, they show it in the anime, but like it barely leads up to it. It's just like, oh, okay, here we go. It happened. So there was no lead up to it, and kind of destroyed the entire like point of it, in my opinion. Oh my god, the anime just gets me so mad. But yeah, could have been amazing, but it's amazing here. I like this was a lead up, a good lead up to where she started off as, having just not even a close uh, comprehension of being able to go up against something like that, and now she's taking it head on, and that's awesome. It's well done. I wish the Arifureta could have done it as well as this is doing it. So kudos to this show for doing that properly. But yeah, that's it with my reaction to this episode. I don't think next episode is going to be the last one, even though it kind of feels like it's leading up to that, because I'm pretty sure there's a 2 core season. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.